Nah, dude. I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah, definitely a very refined Peach player. Well, where Mouf is sort of, you know, the more aggressive side, Pit is more kind of what you would expect from a, you know, a well-grounded Peach. He's, you know, he does all the things you'd expect Peach to do and does them well. You know, pretty good, not crazy rush down, but good pressure. Not, you know, crazy edge guarding, but efficient edge guarding.
Yeah.
And efficiency is very, very important, especially when efficiency can be as hard as it is in Melee, just because inputs and, you know, option coverage is so challenging.
Wow. All the hits of that down smash connected. So now, ooh, there's the spacing. Because of that float cancel pressure, you can get some absolutely obscene stuff. And look at the item control between both of them.
Yes, I imagine that at least we'll be seeing a lot. Lots of turns back and forth.
Lots of plane catch. Well spaced on that down smash. Catching just the tip of it. You know, even from that angle, like I'm thinking, do you just simply float? Like you float after they float so you have more timing at it and just match where they're going?
That could be a technical thing you could do. The problem with that, of course, is that if they just float forward, eventually you run out of stage.
Yeah, that's true. But if they're in front of you, so do they, right? Like say they're floating back onto the stage, you can just float behind them and match them, yeah?
Possibly, but then, you know, giving up stage position is usually not a great thing, especially because, you know, they could, assuming they're off stage floating in at you, they could float forward to kind of like, you know, scare you into floating back and then just drop back and like land on the very tip of the stage and like dash attack you.
I see.
So you have to be, can't be, you know, like play too reactionary like that, because Peach does have some burst movement stuff that she can use. Or, you know, just like pull out a turnip, and then, you know, you're in float and you're falling and she's got a turnip and she can throw that at you, and then she gets to float in afterwards because she opened up.
I think Mouf ignoring the big picture here. He had a Mr. Saturn. Could have used that to the full potential. Just go for those shield breaks. It's like half, isn't it?
It's a lot of shield damage, but aside from that one positive aspect, Mr. Saturn
worthless.
is pretty awful. Okay?
It's the worst.
As far as actually throwing things, as far as an actual threat, it isn't really.
It's garbage.
Yeah, so especially as another Peach player, you know, you could be like, well, I'll just take it, like hit me with it. I don't care. I'll crouch cancel it and then hurt you.
That would be so terrifying.
Mouf trying to find the opportunity to pull out a turnip, but Pit hunting him down. Nice up air falling through the platform.
Good power shield.
Good power shield. So Mouf did actually have the turnip pull there, so he should have been in a little bit of an advantage. But Pit still managing the pressure, pushing him off stage. Oh, and getting the dash attack to bust through the down tilt spacing.
Oftentimes you see Peaches when they're on that top platform and they're sensing that their opponent's exerting a lot of aggression.
Oh!
Ooh, good finish. Oftentimes what they'll do is you'll see them just wait for them to put their hand in the blender. They often just stay ready at the ready with one of those down smashes. And if they can manage to get the first hit, I mean, they have to SCI pretty quickly from that angle that they're at. Whoa, is that a...
Same difference. Okay. Yep, did manage to hold on to that the entire time, which is kind of a tricky part of Peach, is that whenever she up Bs, the item in her hand actually just disappears. You just can't see it anymore. And so you saw there, like he up B'd and he's like, oh, look, I'm not holding anything. And then he grabbed the ledge and there's a turnip in his hand. Where'd you get that, Peach? Well, you know, I've been holding it. Here, have.
That's often a question of where she gets any of her items.
I know, right? She literally pulls them out of the steel ground of Battlefield. I found a turnip.
Really?
Really?
In this?
You found a turnip in space. You found space turnips. Okay.
Got it.
Wink, nudge, we believe you.
Okay. Drop down fair. He waited for him to see if he could do F smash.
Oh, very nice fastball from Mouf, going to the very edge of where he can fall to. Still make it to that ledge. Good out of shield turn up. That is one thing to keep in mind about Peach, is that since she can jump cancel turn up throw. Oh, whoa! The suicide bomb. Oops. Bob-ombs can make terrible, terrible things happen.
God, Afghanistan. This is turning into Afghanistan right now. Battlefield is turning into Afghanistan. This is a problem.
So yeah, as I was saying before, the bombs went off. Since you can jump cancel throw items, you can go from shield into throwing an item very, very fast. So that's actually a really, really good punish. One of the reasons why you'll see like Diddy Kong with the banana in his hand is so threatening in Brawl and in Smash 4. But Peach also has that aspect in Melee. Usually it's not as big as the peel in other games because, turnips don't get a huge reward. They don't trip your opponents. You don't get a, a big combo afterwards. But it is a way to punish. And whenever you do have those better turnips, as we saw earlier, you have the Stitch face and then the Peach that you're fighting gets down smash to the back of your shield. You go, well, I'll just hit you with a turnip for free. Or hit you with a bomb for free if you happen to pull one out.
Interesting catching the rollback.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Catching the... punishing the whiffed back air. Still inside range of that down smash.
The idea of having a slow-moving projectile is actually really interesting. Because you're saying that... Two things. You have to think that, oh, well, it's going to come back. It's just an extended period of time that you have to be aware of this particular threat zone.
Yeah, very patient dash dancing from Pit. Trying to put on the pressure. It's like, oh, come on, here. Oh, here we go. There's a box. The random pull.
That was beautiful.
Surprise.
Thank you for that typo. Okay.
Yeah, the dash dancing there at the end is a very, very scary thing psychologically from the defensive perspective. Just because, he's doing anything. He could run up and grab you. He could run up and set up, the dash dances. He could just be dash dancing and then, move back to try and bait out your dash attack or your response. There are lots of options you can choose, and a lot of them will often be very, very bad for you if you guess wrong. Mouf trying to set up this low cancel forward air pressure. Does actually have the % lead going into the game. Nice down there to block the rising turnip.
There's
the up smash. Wow, okay.
The platform from FOD coming into play. Since it was a bit lowered there, got a little bit more access to that particular avenue for attack.
Yeah, actually very clean first stock from Mouf. This is a Peach that a lot of times it's more of a slugfest back and forth. You trade hits and trade pressure. But Mouf, only taking 46% on his first stock.
Yeah, it definitely shows a bit of adjustment here. So what are some of the things that you're noticing that Mouf might have done different?
It seems like Mouf's just keeping up the pressure better. He's got Pit into the corner and then just hasn't let him really get his feet on the ground. The up smash, of course, came into play for ending the stock relatively early. But overall, Mouf just seems like he's got a better feel for Pit's tempo. And maybe just the stage. Maybe it's personal preference for Mouf. Maybe Pit not quite as comfortable on it. They do seem like they've transitioned more into the turnip versus turnip game, which Mouf seems to be doing pretty good at. Yeah, the Pit, in the last game played a bit more defensively, just kind of played reactionary and didn't let Mouf get in on him. But now Pit having a little bit more trouble. Mouf getting in some of the times. Lost that stock there, but still has a full stock lead.
There's the down smash. Interesting to think that down smash is used in some situations as an anti-air.
Oh yeah, it's got very big hitboxes and it reaches very far to the side. So if your opponent ever comes down at you with a poorly timed attack or whiffs an attack, then and since it also comes out very fast, it's a pretty good whip punch. And the rewards on Peach isn't going to be huge because she's not a fast-falling character. She's not going to be getting hit by more than 1 or 2 of the hits. But just because it's even with 1 hit, it is pretty solid damage. Not the 40+ that you sometimes see against other characters, but a hit is a hit, especially in a match like this where it turns into sort of a slugfest. Very crucial shield.
Yeah, he made sure to angle the shield downward as he saw the platform was still rising.
Yep, definitely did not get caught by another up smash, lose that stock again. Okay, nice little turnip juggling from Mouf. Keeping pressure at the ledge. That dash attack barely beating through that forward air. Very risky play, actually. If the forward air had connected, that would have been the end of Pit stock.
Mouf doing his best here, trying to see if he can maintain this lead. It seems like this has been a really strong adjustment from him. And it's someone who's seen in a very positive light in the community. Ooh, there it is.
Good position for that down smash to come through and pull Pit off the stage. After the shield drop does get beaten out by the rising neutral air. Good damage from the down smash. Quick 35%. And the shield drop as well. Dueling. It's kind of like jousting with the forward airs there. Each one wanting to be on top of the other. Oh, nice turn up play coming from Pit, pushing Mouf out to the edge. Probably going to see a down throw here. Yep, gonna get the turnaround neutral air. Against some characters, I know there is some percents where you DI out and the down throw no longer works. But there are times where even if you do DI out, it can put you in pretty terrible positions. Like DOH used to do all the time, where he would down throw people, and if they do DI off stage, actually just run off in neutral air. And if you're getting caught by Peach neutral air off stage, you're gonna be in for a hard ride afterwards.
Oh, didn't angle the shield downward, and that down smash comes out, takes him out.
So good adjustment by Mouf. Getting the 2 stock in that game after the loss of game 1. But now it's going to be Pitt's counter pick. I think Pitt's playstyle will work better for these larger stages. Mouf probably banning Dreamland, so he has FD and Pokemon Stadium as disposable.
And he'll take the more ground space with FD.
Yep, so you're going to be seeing a lot more turnips on this stage just because it's so much wider. There's so much more room for each Peach to set up the turnip pull. Mouf, though, trying to push in to not give Pitt that time, but is losing out on the interaction. It's going to take some damage for that. Yep. Pitt trying to push in, not give Mouf the advantage of the turnip pull. But does not manage to find the dash check afterwards. Not quite high enough percent. Does hit the ground before the dash check will come out. Oh, the slap fight. Down tilt does actually still combo against Peach. A very good combo move. Mouf. Yep. Chasing the roll. Does not manage to find the hit, but pretty safe pressure.
Ooh, double tap. Mouf doing a great job of trying to maintain stage control. Surrendered quite a bit there. And Pitt now is trying to see if he can take advantage of it. Excellent turnip play, trying to see if he can edge guard here. Just waiting to see what Mouf's move is going to be. And yet again, he's doing his best to just stop the movement options that Mouf has available to him. Yep, and Mouf is just doing the same thing back to him. At 74%, if he's able to land one of those fairs, one of those nairs, even down smash, the percentage just built up, and like that.
Yeah, 66%.
That's what happens when you DI incorrectly against Peach down smash. If you hold down in particular, you just get destroyed.
Nice crouch cancel. That dash deck from Peach, very punishable to crouch cancel attacks. Nice pressure coming with the throw neutral air. And it's looking pretty rough for Mouf now. Pitt definitely taking advantage of this wider space, playing the more zoning game, not letting Mouf get in on his space. Yeah, and that, Peach at the ledge, not a particularly great place. Not too much you can do to work around that forward air. Nice turnip catch, but does have to sacrifice some space. Does not want to contest that falling aerial. It's looking pretty difficult. Mouf, definitely, he usually wants the pace of the match to be very fast, to be very in the face, like back and forth, and we're definitely not seeing that this game. Pitt definitely slowing the game down. Lots of clashes, lots of trades, but Pitt does still make it out alive. Okay, very nice spacing, working around that back air, still getting the dash grab. Peach grab range not the best in the game, so kind of a difficult needle to thread there.
Ooh, Pitt just a bit too low, not able to capitalize, and Mouf is going to get that forward throw. Oh, tries to see if he can cross him out with that nair. That's a bit too high, and now that since it wasn't a ton of hit stun, or shield stun rather, Mouf was able to retort there.
A little bit too close for that jab to be safe.
He tried to look like he was going for dash attack.
Looks like it, yeah. Oh, very nice trap there, actually. The turnip fell down and forced him into shield, so Mouf, right afterwards, just going in for a free grab. Finally finishing that first stuck off, but got a lot of work to do.
The overcommitment from Pitt on that dash attack. However, he manages to get into a bit of a slugfest and is now coming out on top of it. But Pitt right now really needs to edge guard strong, and he comes out on top. Excellent drop down fair.
Mouf definitely having a hard time getting up from the ledge. Nice down smash pressure coming out from Pitt, cutting through that weakened shield, and wow, actually snatching up the arms from from Mouf's dash attack, still stretched out. It's looking like it might be a wrap.
It looks like Mouf had such a great job in Game 2, showing a lot of adaptation. And it looked like Pitt had just done a great job of just taking all those hits and trying to see if we can get some information from Mouf. Coming around time to Game 3, it looks like Pitt has adapted pretty well.
Definitely going to be a little bit too low for that beat a sweet spot. And Pitt will take it.
Great job from both of these guys. Honestly, you know, it goes to show you that there's a lot of different ways that you can play these characters.
Absolutely.
And everybody has preferences. There's no one necessarily right way. That's what makes Melee great.
Right.
Is that it's so freeform. And you can play so many different characters so many different ways.
Yep. Pitt's more, you know, well-rounded.